They are found on most major highways and transnational corridors across the African continent. Whether new or used, these heavy-duty vehicles are a major cog in international trade and global economic progress. But they have diesel engines that emit a mixture of pollutants, including nitrogen oxides and particulate matter.
Those vehicles are the worst emitters of emissions. You know, the trucks are the worst emitters. You sometimes see the black smoke, and you just, if you follow it in the highway, you really like you're getting choked as you drive along. So they have a problem indeed.
Kiran Shah is the chairman of Swan Carriers and has been a transporter since 1979. He says most trucks on East and Central Africa's Northern Corridor have Euro 2 diesel engines that are heavy pollutants.
Can you help me understand the different types of engines we have and the kind of pollutions they emit?
Yeah, basically the Euro 1 engines which are no more in Kenya, then the present engines which are available in Kenyan market, not the second-hand trucks but the Kenyan market, is Euro 2 engines. Yes. Now, Euro 2 engines are easy to repair at the roadside. Then comes the Euro 3 engine. Euro 3 engine is a bit with more of electronics, and the emission is much less. Then comes the Euro 4 engines, which in Kenya I think only one or two companies, European companies, bring them here. But again, the emission is much better. To date, in the world, it's Euro 6 engines, but obviously in Africa none has come so far. In South Africa, the biggest one has come is Euro 4 or Euro 5.
We are standing here and I've seen quite a number of trucks here. Do we have different, or do these trucks have different engines?
It's like this one, it is a Daewoo but assembled in Kenya.
This one here?
Yeah, it is a Euro 2 engine. And recently we just got one Daewoo from Tata Motors as a demonstration vehicle. This is from South Africa.
This one?
Yes.
This is a bit new here.
Yeah, we have not yet put it on road. It will go on road tomorrow or day after. It is a Euro 3 engine.
Euro 3 engine.
And it has got bit of electronics inside.
So what makes the Euro 5 and Euro 6 engines environment friendly? Companies like Volvo, Scania and Renault have been introducing new software and hardware for improved fuel efficiency for their Euro 3 to Euro 5 markets. The result is fuel savings of up to 3% in long-haul applications. The software additions are driver-oriented. They support them to operate their vehicles more efficiently.
We are now having trucks that are more computerized, whereby you even see a driver's report can be generated at the end of a journey. We're able to see the behaviors, the driving behaviors of a driver, and therefore the grading of a driver also is immediate.
Renault Trucks, for example, has improved its SCR technology to ensure high performance, reliability, and optimized consumption. And this is the company's 3D motion pictures of how it works. Once past the air filter, the air is conducted into the turbo, where it is compressed and its speed accelerated. As a result, it is heated, so it passes through an intermediate radiator to ensure optimum filling of the engine. Once combustion is complete, the gas is passed into the exhaust manifold and is conducted towards the after-treatment unit. This fulfills several key functions in reducing emissions. The first step in processing the gases takes place in the catalytic converter, which oxidizes the gases and converts them into carbon dioxide and water molecules. The particulate filter then burns the soot and removes 95% of these particles. During this phase, the carbon atoms are converted by the nitrogen oxides. Simultaneously, the urea is converted into ammonia, which is injected into the SCR filters.
Well, this is a very big debate about EVs, electric vehicles, and these engine combustion vehicles. Because in climate change debate, the argument is that we are destroying our environment. So it's all in the name of environment first. So we have to understand the issue from the broader perspective of the environment, which we all have to protect. To that extent, indeed, we have to look at decarbonization of transport. Is a big debate right now, with a lot of publications coming out of decarbonization.
Many of the hardware updates introduced with Volvo trucks Euro 6 Step D 13-litre engines have now been extended to the Euro 3 to 5 versions. They include a new improved turbocharger, new cylinder liners, and V-shaped oil scrapper rings to reduce engine friction, as well as a new engine control unit with an update management system. The United Nations Environment Programme now says obsolete heavy-duty vehicles pose an existential threat to human and ecological health. The UN wants only new diesel trucks with lower emissions of nitrogen dioxide and particulate matter produced and sold.
The fact of the matter is that they are very expensive at the moment, but we are hoping that as time goes by, they'll become cheaper and more people will be able to afford them. Now the truth is that you cannot fight with change. Change is inevitable. Therefore, we welcome the change. The challenge that we are seeing today, or the current challenges that we are facing, mainly is the lack of infrastructure, not the willingness, not the unwillingness of transporters to have those nature of trucks, because if they are affordable, if they are more efficient, then that is the baseline of any business person. However, the biggest challenge is the supporting infrastructure of the same.
The problem with electronics in East Africa, I would rather say, the Euro 4, Euro 5 engines are more of electronics. On the roadside, it needs a computer to be attended by. So if the vehicle breaks down, so I have to send a computer right wherever it's broken down.
In the hinterland.
Yeah, and in the Euro 2 engines, we have got very good roadside mechanics who help and assist to rectify the problems.
So one of the challenges as far as these engines are concerned, and especially if you're talking about heavy emitters and low emitters, and especially the low emitters, the Euro 5, Euro 4, and Euro 6, the biggest problem is the lack of infrastructure in Africa.
That is the biggest factor, and another factor which also contributes. I would go and buy a Euro 4 vehicle, no problem. I have a big plate. I can accommodate a computer person, everything, but our fuel quality.
Fuel quality.
Fuel quality, which will hamper with the injection system of the vehicle. So the European fuel is a different sort of a fuel.
Well refined.
Maybe the additives or the whatever they're adding inside is less. But our fuel is not up to Euro 4 engine. Yes, Euro 3 engine, Euro 2 engine, it's fine.
Heavy-duty vehicles comprise only about 10% of all vehicles on the road, yet they generate more than 25% of global warming emissions.
The framing is that they can be used clean fuels. This is the issue. So the banning of them is in the context that there are options. But then when you look at those options, you come back to, are they affordable? And that is where now the bolt hits the nut. It seems that within the African context, the investors, the traders we have, if you were to buy an EV, an electric vehicle, or a clean fuel vehicle, as we may call it easily, even the car owners cannot afford it. Even car, if you want to buy an electric vehicle now, is much, much expensive.
Experts are calling for a gradual switch to either low-emission diesel engines or to electric-powered fleets.
The overarching argument in Africa now is that what you need to do is to do it in an incremental approach. In other words, we do acknowledge what you are saying, that these are very important, they're very goods and all that. So if we have to ban them, we cannot ban them overnight. We have to do it incrementally. One, you can start with imports by saying you no longer import, so that the ones that are already in can die their own natural death.
My name is Enoch Sikolia, and I am the Kenyan historian.